the things you see. It's a great day for walking for simple people. Hope I don't get lost. I mean, that's certainly what we want. It's a little bit overwhelming, actually. Anyway, we'll persevere. Wouldn't want it any other way, really, would you? You might have to wet the paper in the morning. It's an age thing. Which is good. Doesn't get much better than that. Don't want to call it too early, though. We're not going to be alone on this walk. We're heading off on a two-nighter, 3-day walk to Lake Tarlecan. Bit of an iconic bushwalking destination in the Victorian High Country. And there's 3 of us, the lad, myself, Mum's with us this time, which is awesome. We've just pulled up at the car park and we're counting about 20 cars already here. And there's more rolling in now. There'll be a few other people around. Anyway, we're going to wander across the Wellington Plains and probably camp out there. There's a campsite called Niimba. It's a great little spot. We were there this time 12 months ago and we got absolutely nailed by the wind. It's just turning around. Made a bit of a windbreak here. Now it's sort of bloody wild. Blew me off the chair. Sure, we're a bit protected here, a little bit. Surrounded by dead timber, so we're certainly keeping our eye on it. Finishing off with a cuppa. I think we're going to bail. It's that strong at times, it lifts you off your feet. No, we're bailing. It's defeated us. It's just wild. You can hardly stand up in the bloody wind. This fire kill timber that's just rattling around the ears. We're not seeing much of it come down. We're not seeing any of it come down, but it's down, so it happens. Yeah, just reminds you how insignificant we are, really. Got no control over it. The only control we've got over it is to not be here. If we find ourselves here, how do we deal with it? What do we do? You've got to understand it. You've got to be prepared for it and know how to deal with it. And if you're not out here every now and again working through this scenario, you don't learn it at the desktop, that's for sure. You've got to be out here, experience it, feel it, taste it, hear it. It chased us out, actually. Hopefully conditions are a bit better this time. I think it's about, well, it's all up, it's about 13 kilometres from here. Niimba's 9 kilometres, so that's where we're heading to today. So a pretty cruisy day. We've just had a bit of smoke going. I don't know, we'll probably be there mid-afternoon and then camp there, then wander into the lake tomorrow, have an explore, and then back to Niimba tomorrow night is the plan. And back out to McFarlane Saddle, which is where we're heading off from now. Anyway, come along. We're excited by it because it's been a long time in the making. And when you kick off from the car park, there's a little bit of sign overload. No shortage of warnings, advice, notifications, do's, don'ts. Oh, it's a little bit overwhelming, actually. Anyway, we'll sign the book and then we'll wander. We've got this cloud just hanging above our head. Ever so slightly above our head as we drop down into one of the valleys across the Wellington Plains. Feel like it's lifting. There is a little bit of blue sky out sort of where we've come from. Oh, it's great. It's actually quite mild. It's not cold by any means. It's a great day for walking. Great day for walking. Slight breeze, which is probably enough to move this cloud on. Oh, this is fantastic. Where else would you want to be? This Dunsmuir's hut, nestled on the edges of Wellington Plains there, just slightly elevated, looking down over their patch in the day when it was all grazing, cattle grazing. It would have been just tucked up there off the low-lying Frosty Hollow plains, and just up in the tree lines, a little bit more sheltered, kept them out of the wind, I suspect, and they would have just been able to sit there looking down over their run and keeping an eye on their herd. Yeah, wow. What an experience that would have been, eh? What an experience. The old hut's in disrepair, dilapidated, doesn't get maintained anymore. Built in the 1960s by Bob and Gavin Dunsmuir, it is believed the hut was constructed in a single day. Crudely constructed using posts and beams and clad in corrugated iron, with an earthen floor, it would have served its purpose but would have been far from salubrious. The hut's current condition no doubt reflects the hasty construction methods and lack of maintenance since cattle grazing ceased on the Wellington Plains about 20 years ago. Today, the hut serves as a reminder of our pioneering history and affords us the opportunity to ponder the exploits of those with fortitude and vision to diversify their holdings in the low country. It's certainly a good reminder of the history and what's gone on before us out here, and that was just one era of the history. Anyway, from here we keep wandering along. It's a bit undulating, sort of up and over a few passes over Moroka Gap. Still a fair slog ahead of us though. Oh, this is just a cracker of a day. This is unbelievable. This is perfect bushwalking weather. Love it.
Oh, the lilac snow, drifting down so soft and slow outside my window. I watch it go. Oh, the lilac snow. And though the world may seem so still, it's coming in a distant chill with the memories of winters past, of the ones I wish would have lasted. Oh, the lilac snow tells secrets of long ago, of carol song, of gifts sweet known. Oh, the lilac snow whispers softly on the wind as memories come flowing in. Once the candles on the tree glow, softly lighting up the lilac snow. Then the quiet of the winter night was filled with wonder and pure delight. Oh, the lilac snow tells secrets of long ago, of carol sung, of gifts we've known. Oh, the lilac snow whispers softly on the wind as memories come flowing in, as the lilac snow falls alone.
Popped up just a little bit higher in elevation and just up in the cloud good and proper now. Don't think you can quite see. Mum and the lad are only just there somewhere. You can't see them. Hope I don't get lost. Just pulled up at a place called Moroka Gap. Basically what we've got here is a divide between two drainage lines. So you've got the Moroka River drainage or watershed off this side, and you've got the Wellington catchment, McAllister catchment off this side. So basically, if I stood here and got rid of my cup of tea that I had for Smoko, let it run downhill there, it'd end up in the Moroka River, Wanagata River, Mitchell River, Gippsland Lakes. If I face that way behind me, get rid of my cup of tea that I had for Smoko this morning, it'd run into the Wellington, McAllister, where's it go there, Thompson, Latrobe maybe, Gippsland Lakes. It'll all end up in the Gippsland Lakes one way or another. From here we just got to poke over the gap here and head down into Nyimba campsite, and that'll do us for the day. I'm just cooking up a bit of a spread there. It's probably not too much cooking going on, but a bit of preparation. Good spot for lunch in the weather. Weather is fascinating up in the mountains because it dictates what your experience is going to be, good, bad or otherwise. It's dictating whether you're going to get a view, whether you're going to get cold, whether you're going to get hot, whether you're going to get wet, whether it'll be dry, snowy. You know, you can almost anticipate sometime during this trip this cloud's going to lift, blow away, and the vista will open in front of us. I mean, that's certainly what we want, but we just got to take it as it comes because we've got no control over that. It's your sense that that's what's going to happen. There's quite a few people camped here, which is no surprise. When there's 20 cars in the car park, there's going to be a few people poking around. They've all sort of scattered around over there. Of course, there's lots of space in between them, but don't want to cramp their style. Get a couple of tents up here, fire scar. We don't like creating new fire scars. Bit of wood around, so I reckon this is as good as any. We got camp set up and a little fire going. We're copping the wind. That's not the most sheltered spot. We'll see how we go. We're going to be here for 2 nights. It's the plan, and go for a walk tomorrow. Big day circuit from here and back here again. So we'll see how we fare tonight. Yeah, it's coming straight up this valley here and straight over the gap. There's a row of trees there and everyone else is camped behind the trees. See why. Anyway, we'll persevere. Lots of moisture in the wood, so that's a little bit challenging. It's just pouring out the end of the log. Sizzles. You can feel it when you're breaking the wood up. Springy, you know, full of moisture. Anyway, we'll settle in. It's going to be pretty simple. Simple fare, simple camp for simple people. Wouldn't want it any other way, really, would you? Our plastic one pot wonder, one packet wonders, we have to do a bit of a transfer them into 2 pots. We had them all in one pot to start with, sticking up in the vertical, but the plastic packet was a bit susceptible to the flameage. Didn't like it, melted a few of them, so we transferred it into 2 pots. It's bloody hot here, and I reckon they're probably done. They've been boiling away now for 10-15 minutes probably. Yowza! So I think this one is a risotto. Wild rice with a mushroom. Oh, it smells good. Not sure who's having the risotto. I think we've got a satay chicken on rice. Lots of good packaging. Real pretend chicken, and we've actually got 2 of them. From experience, they can actually be a little bit on the
spicy side. The plastic packet didn't like the heat. Bit extra flavour. So what we'll do is we'll have a feed, then we'll throw the plastic packet on the fire and sit around here and enjoy it, suck in the fumes. Anyway, I better get into it. The flavour is actually very nice, but for people who don't eat spicy food too often, it certainly lets you know about it. We might have to wet the paper in the morning. We'll be right. If we get through to the morning. There's a sight we haven't seen for a while. The sun. About an hour's left of sunlight before we lose it, and that's going to be about the sum of the sun for the day. We've been in cloud all day. All day we've been in the mist. The wind's dropped right out, so it's very pleasant now. A little bit concerned earlier where we'd pitched our camp and thought, oh dear, it's going to be a bit miserable, bit of a long night, but as it turns out, we might have scored a bit of good luck. Anyway, we've just finished our dinner. We're just going to cook some pudding up actually. Cook, maybe that's a bit of a loose term. Given that we're doing the boil our tucker in a pot menu tonight, we're going to follow that through with an Aunt Mettie's sticky date pudding and a bit of Foster Clark custard. Doesn't get much better than that. Oh, look at that. How much sugar can we tolerate? Oh, bit of custard over the top. Oh, there might be a bit of custard left over.
Keep pouring then.
I'll leave a bit in the cup. How good's that look? Straight out of a pot. Morning. And a cracker of a morning it is too. A little bit of a sleep in this morning, just after 7. The sun's been up for quite a while. And in the pyramid, it's like a beacon. It's like you're inside a lighthouse. Bright. Not a breath of wind. The sun's out, it's actually quite warm. So our plan is we're just going to have a quick cuppa and bite to eat, and then shoulder the packs. We'll be at a lighter pack today and head down into Lake Tarly Khan. It's the old Wriggles hut site here. It's a great spot. It hasn't been burnt. Well, certainly long unburnt if it has been, but that makes sense. They tended to build their huts in the damper glades, natural bushfire protection. This is a beautiful site here, nice and grassy, sheltered, protected. The water's only a couple hundred metres back as well. We might factor in this campsite next time we're in this part of the world. What have you found there?
Bureau of Meteorology launches 56 weather balloons per day from 38 locations within Australia. These balloons can reach altitudes of between 16 to 35 kilometres into the upper atmosphere. The observations provide vital information to better understand the climate and are used in forecasting and warnings to protect life and property. The balloons are filled with hydrogen gas and will eventually burst, sending the affixed radio sonder back to Earth. The descent is slowed by the silver foil 4-sided cardboard target, as seen here. Rather than leave this in the bush as rubbish, we removed and disposed of appropriately.
Just going through a bit of nice shady damp forest there, which is quite a relief. We've been quite exposed to the sun, and after yesterday's mist and heavy cloud all day, the forest is very damp. The sun's drying it out, so it's been steamy as. It's good to get down into some of this shady damp forest just to cool off a bit. Gangs. No, we're going alright. We'll start going up to Echo Point now, and then we'll have a steep descent down. Track's in pretty good nick, makes it easy going. Certainly not overgrown at this point. Oh, dear me. Check that out for a log. Big old mountain ash. Oh, and that might be peppermint or big old mountain gum. Look at the size of it though. There you go. It's standing there. The base of it's gone. Rib. That's a few years old. Wouldn't want to be here when that come down, that's for sure. There's the elusive Lake Tali-Khan behind us. The hidden lake. I tell you, it's certainly a great reward for the effort you got to go to get in here. It's certainly elusive and well hidden. We're not even halfway yet. We've got to climb back out again. That's been a fair trudge. In fact, we're not even at the lake yet. It's warming up too. Might even have a dip, eh? Don't want to call it too early though. Making a habit of this, crawling under bloody logs. It's not getting any easier either. Oh. And there it is. Lake Tali-Khan. What a ripper. It's not easy to get to. Look, the closest you can drive to this spot, and if you're a pretty capable walker, you might get here in 3 hours, 4 hours maybe. Certainly not up to that these days myself, but we're taking a couple of days to do it. We've got a fair climb. You can't even see it, but basically it's only about 4k, but I reckon we'll be lucky to do a kilometre an hour at the moment. Anyway, it's great to be here. It's been a long time since I've been here, and it's good to be back. It's the lad's first trip. Mum's been here before. That was quite a while ago as well. The lad's just flicking a few lures out. They're certainly getting plenty of follow, plenty of intrigue. You can see them. They're not latching on at this stage. Tali-Khan, meaning little lake, is geologically a youthful lake at about 15 to 20,000 years old. Some believe it may be as young as 1,500 years old. It is a sacred place to the Gunai-Kurnai peoples, and particularly the Bryakalong clan. The lake is the only permanent, deep, island lake in Australia. It has been plumbed to a depth of 51 metres and covers an area of approximately 32 acres, or 14 hectares. The lake was formed by a landslide from the surrounding peaks and is fed by both the Snowdon and Nigathorek creeks. The Wellington River emerges from the rubble of the Valley of Destruction, about 150 metres below the rim of the lake. Oh well, we'll say see you later to the lake. I think we're going to be chased out of here by a squall. There's a bit of weather coming, front coming through I think. Suddenly temperature's dropped, it's got real dark. I reckon we might have our raincoats on by the time we get to the top somehow. Anyway, what a great spot. Lake Tali-Khan. It's like Burke Street today, there's people everywhere, but you get that on the big weekends. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Well, a fair shag. It's funny when you're doing a circuit, of course nothing's familiar in front of you. I only ever walked this track once, 40 years ago, maybe even more. You actually don't know what's ahead of you, which is good. You don't think, oh god, we're only here. Anyway, I feel like we've broken the back of the main climb up in the Woollybutt now, and it's a beautiful bit of country. Temperatures dropped, winds picked up too. 12 months ago to the day, we tried to do the same walk and we camped up there at same spot where we are tonight and last night. And the wind, oh, blew us away. It's horrible. We opted then not to come down here, knowing that we're going to be going through this tall timber. Having walked up it today, wow, we made the right call. There's no shortage of wind-blown stuff across the track. Some of it fresh, some of it looks like it's 12 months old. Anyway, we've still got a bit to go. We'll plod along. Got to keep moving because it's getting too cold now. The things you see. This dude just walked past us there. He's got his bloody shopping bag in his hand. Looks like he's got his togs and a water bottle. He's just heading down the lake for a swim. It's taken us 2.5 hours to get up from the lake to here. It's nearly 4 o'clock. Not sure if he's been down there before, but anyway, if he has, he knows what he's in for. If he hasn't, he's going to find out the hard way. Oh, now to be young again. Oh, how was that?
That was a big jump.
How are we all feeling?
Not bad. Exhausted. Morning.
It's always good to get back to camp and find it still standing as it is today. Well, that was a fair undertaking. Best part of 10k. I'll have to have a look on the map, but not exactly sure what vertical it was. I'm thinking it was close to 500 vertical from here to the lake. I don't know, they reckon the only way to get fit for bushwalking is to go bushwalking, so that's what we're doing. It was always tough doing that walk, you know, even as a young fella it was tough, but ooh, today was tough. Anyway, we're out here, we're doing it. As long as we don't have to rush, we'll get there, one foot in front of the other. Water, lumpy enough. Throw in a bit of gnocchi. Oh, that's hot. Plan is tonight a bit of a combo, so we're going to cook some gnocchi there, and we've got these on track meals, beef bolognese. The plan is to heat them up and then put them on the gnocchi, one per person. These on track meals are good, but you've got to add something else to them because it's just the sauce. There's no pasta in there, so we've decided we'd cook up some gnocchi because it's pretty quick to cook. We're just trying to work out the best way to drain the water off our gnocchi. And the lads picked up that we've got our Elton Goods titanium grill. We could probably use that as a colander. Follow me over this way. I am going to call that a success.
Well done, lad. Perfect. Oh, that's cooked spot on. So you don't get a lot when there's three of us. It's not a big serve, but you've got a pouch on it.
A little notch.
Look at this bushwalking tucker, you end up with a lot of rubbish. It smells good. It's probably fortunate we've got a fire. Find yourself carrying a lot of rubbish. I suppose you could just dump it in the bush. That was a joke. We don't dump our rubbish in the bush. I know.
Bon appetit.
Let's get into it. What's your verdict?
Good.
Approve.
Backpacker approved.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
Mum approves, the lad approves, and Dad approves.
Sounds like we've got lumpy water. And that could be red hot there. Off there. How to top off a good meal is even better. Cup of tea. And we might even have a ginger nut biscuit.
Yeah.
It's got to be the best time of the day, I think. Sun's just gone down. Just feel the crispness in the air just start to settle on us. Feel it on the shoulders. Just got a little belly fire. Just enough to get a bit of radiant glow. Although we won't be too long out of bed tonight, I think. Oh, what was that? About 10 Ks today. Felt every one of them. It's an age thing. An age thing and a fitness thing. What are we going to do about it? Once upon a time we'd have raced around there and yeah, you would have been a bit worn out at the end of it, but wouldn't have thought twice of it really. Now it's a fair effort. And yes, the mundane gets in the way. We're probably not doing it as often as we used to do it. The only way to get fit for bushwalking is to bushwalk, I reckon. Keep doing it as long as we can. Mix it up a bit, but it is awesome. And this is what makes it awesome. It's that sunset, look at that. Beautiful. Crawl into a nice warm sleeping bag soon. Nice cozy mat. Keep warm, comfy. Anyway, I think we'll park it up there for tonight. We'll catch you in the morning.
One more night in my head, I'm stirring up dust, kicking cobwebs, looking for a light I've never known. Will it be out in the wilderness or will it be home?
Going for an old favourite this morning, English muffins topped with homemade marmalade and a cup of English breakfast tea. Although I don't think it's English breakfast, I think it's Narada, Australian made. Mount Wellington in the background. Ah, what a crack of a day. Bordering on the warmer side though, there is a slight breeze which is most welcome. A few days ago we're walking along here, opposite direction of course, and I made a comment about Just waiting for the weather. All will be revealed when the weather lets it be revealed. And here we go. Still some high level cloud, certainly not hindering our view. Mount Wellington out the back there, right around the Trapyard Hill. The Wellington Plains in all their glory. Wildflowers are out.
One more night with the dead. I've been spending more time with them than the living.
Let's go.
And if you're just the company that you keep, I'll stay where I am for eternity. Well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know, but give me just a little taste, 'cause I need to hold on to. I need more than just a window with a view. And all this looking out is just a symptom of a heart filled with doubt. When I start looking in, I can't tell the end from the beginning.
Well, that's it. Charlie Calm, done and dusted. That was a long time in the making. We're here almost 12 months ago to the day, to the weekend. We weren't successful then. The weather blew us away. Anyway. It was a good excuse to come back and have another crack, which we did. But what I've got to do is a big shout out to the hero piece of gear for the trip. No, it wasn't the pitch black Gators, although they're pretty bloody good. No, it wasn't the Scarpa boots. They are very good. What are they? Scarpa Kalash Trek Gore-Tex. They're actually very good boot. No, the hero is the socks. The Hunter's Element socks. Fantastic. We hunted high and low for some socks after our Bogong High Plains huts sojourn. 3 or 4 days poking around up there. My feet fell apart. It was actually devastating because I'd never really had blister problems like that before, and I'd worn the boots for years. No issues with the boots until that weekend. So I had to do a bit of soul searching, so to speak. And it turned out the issue was the socks. My old favourite socks had worn out. I reckon they'd work hardened. Is that possible? Or maybe they were just threadbare. Anyway, they weren't doing what they were meant to do. But the old Hunter's Element socks, or the new Hunter's Element socks in this case, they're a fitted sock, right and left foot. They seem to have stretchy bits in the right places. They have flexible bits or softer bits in the right places and padded bits in the right places. They have proved their worth. Now I say that because they weren't cheap, and they're well over $30 from memory. We won't tell Mum that. They are fantastic. No, they were the hero piece of the trip. I have had no feet issues at all this trip, and you know, when you're doing a lot of bushwalking, foot health is paramount. If your feet are No, can't say that. If your feet aren't doing what they're meant to do, it's going to be a pretty miserable time bushwalking. The hero piece of the drive home, which is the next trip, will be me trusty Crocs. Loathe them or love them, they are fantastic, the old Crocs. Anyway, we're going to have a quick bite to eat, maybe even half a cup, although the thermos is probably a bit cool after 3 days. Thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Maybe turn on that notification bell so you get a heads up next time something's coming out. Apparently it's good for the channel if you share the video, or share the channel even amongst your contacts. That'd be awesome. Leave a comment down below. We enjoy the comments. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Till next time. Catch ya. Look after yourself.